So I've actually been asked quite a few times about how to check for the competition of a keyword, and I just realized that I really haven't gone over this really well in a video before, so I want to create this video so that you guys know how do you check a keyword to find out whether it's something that you can rank for reasonably easily. So the start of the video, I'm just going to talk about two of the common mistakes that people make when they check competition for keywords, and then I'm going to show you a very simple strategy that'll allow you to do this process really quickly. So the two common mistakes that people use, one of them is they go to Google Adwords and they see this competition tab right here, and what they mistakenly assume is that this will tell you the competition in the search engines. That's not what this tab is for. It's not telling you search engine competition. What it's telling you is the amount of advertising companies that are competing for advertising spots for this keyword. So you actually don't want this competition to be low. You want it to be higher because it shows that money is being spent on the keyword that you're looking for. So that is the first thing to bear in mind, is that this competition tab, this is not something related to the search engines. The Google AdWords keyword tool is for paid traffic, it's for buying pay-per-click through Google, so it's for something entirely different, and you should not confuse this with search engine competition. Now, the second mistake I commonly see that I strongly disagree with is the whole idea that if you put your keyword in quotations, you'll get the amount of results pages that have this exact match keyword. Now, first of all, that is true. When you put it in quotations, you will get the amount of pages that have this keyword, but I just disagree that this is a good indicator of competition strength, because you don't care. The reality is, on search engines, the top couple results get the majority of the search engine traffic. And Google's touched on this before, but basically the first result will get about 42% of all the traffic that are searching for this phrase. So when people type in a keyword, in general, about a little bit over 40% will click the first result, and then a little bit over 10%, like 12%, will click the second result, 6% for the third result, and so on and so on. But by the time you get to the end of the first page, very few people will click over to the next page. So even if you're on the second page, you're going to get a small fraction of the traffic if you had just been on the first page. So it doesn't really make any sense to care about pages beyond page number 1, because they don't get any traffic anyways. So you don't care if there's 200,000, 300,000, 500,000, or 5,000. All that you care about is what's the competition level on page 1. So those are the two common mistakes, is don't worry about the amount of competing pages, just worry about the pages that are on the first page of Google for your search term. Okay, Brendan, so you've covered what we shouldn't be doing and the mistakes in competition analysis. Now let's talk about what you do to find out whether a keyword is uncompetitive enough for you. Okay, so I basically have three main criteria that I go through, and it works pretty darn well for finding out whether a keyword's worth targeting. Now, the first thing you want to check is PageRank and backlinks on page 1 of Google, and see how many of those pages have a PageRank of 2 or more. And if a very large portion of the results have high PageRank, then it's probably a search term that you'll want to avoid. And later in the video, I'm going to show you a really easy way to check PageRank all at once for all the pages without having to do extra work. Now, the second thing you want to bear in mind is the relevancy of the keyword on the first page results. So are the first page results, do they have the main keyword in the title, or are related keywords shown instead? Now, the idea here is that if related keywords are being shown instead of the actual title, Google may not have enough relevant content, and therefore it will make it easier for you to get on the first page if you have more relevancy than your competition. So that's actually a sign of weaker competition if keywords on or pages on the first page of Google aren't as relevant as you can be. And the third main criteria is to check the overall quality of the content of the first page of Google. So if you actually look at the results on the first page of Google, are you looking at content from reputable sources, professional content, Walmart.com, Amazon.com, Wikipedia, that sort of thing? Or are you looking at sort of like makeshift websites, like the kind of content that you will be creating? Because you want to be able to see those pages, see that they're ranking, so that you know that you can also rank with a little bit of work. So for the first one, there's a tool that I highly recommend called Seo Quake. It's completely free, and all you do is go to seoquake.com and download this little plugin thing here. And what it'll allow you to do is when it's enabled, all you need to do is click on your search term. So in this example, we're doing critter trail hamster cages. And when you search, Seo Quake is going to fetch the data for you in regards to PageRank and backlinks to the page. So this is really valuable for you because if you want to at a glance check the PageRank or the backlinks to the pages on the first page of Google, then Seo Quake will allow you to do this in a matter of seconds. So right here you can see the first result gets a PR2, the second result doesn't have any PageRank 1 for the third result, and no PageRank for the fourth result. So for the first step, there's some PR3s here you can see, but for the first criteria, which is to check the PageRank on the results on Google, I would say that in this case it passes the test. So for criteria number 1 for checking PageRank and checking backlinks to the page, this one's got 0 links, this one's got 0 links, this one's got 3 links, this one's got 0, 0, 0, 0, 31 down here, so 0. So I would say for links and PageRank, this keyword is a success in our competition analysis. So let's go to number 2, the second criteria, which is relevancy. Well, we can see on the first result that it doesn't have the keyword completely relevant to another, but it's fairly relevant. It does have critter trail hamster cage, just in a different order. This one, same thing, it does have critter trail hamster cage, just in a different order. Same with all this other stuff. So for the most part, once you get past result number 4, then you're starting to look at titles. Like look at this one, super pet replacement parts. This doesn't have our keyword anywhere in the title, so it's not relevant at all, which means that we could have a more relevant post. And this is how to assemble critter trail hamster cage. So it's a lot more long tail. It's not really specifically targeting critter trail hamster cages. And this one down here definitely is more relevant. So for the second criteria, I would say that this would be about a moderate success. There is definitely relevancy on the first page of Google for this keyword, but then there also is examples like the fifth result here where it's completely not relevant at all to our keywords. So it's about a moderate success. And the third and final criteria is basically the quality of content or the authority of content on this first page of Google. And this is the part where the keyword could be a make or break for you, especially on this keyword, because we see stuff like PetSmart, we see Walmart, we see Yahoo.com, eBay.com, Petco, Amazon. For me, for seeing these domains, these authority domains here, this would make this keyword probably a no-go for me. But it's fairly close. I know a lot of people that would take this keyword just because the first two criterias were passed pretty well in the first one. For example, like if you look here, there's 3 backlinks for the first combined for the first 7, the top 7 results. There's only 3 backlinks combined, which is crazy. So for that criteria it passes really well, but for the third criteria it fails miserably. So it's kind of like one of those things where it's like Yeah, there's kind of a science to competition analysis, but at the same time it's also kind of an art form. It's also up to your discretion. Like, is this something you're willing to go for? I'm telling you right now that I like to target super uncompetitive keywords if I'm going to make makeshift sites. So for that reason, it wouldn't be something that I would choose, but if you're willing to put in a little bit of extra work, get some backlinks, this could be a keyword that could be good for you, but that's more of a discretion thing. The bottom line is that you don't want to pick keywords that fail all three of these main criteria. You definitely want to make sure that at least you're passing some of them, and in my case, I like to pass all three. But that's basically the process that I go through to determine whether a keyword is competitive or not. And I know a lot of you guys have had this question, so I hope that's cleared everything up for you. If not, as always, you can shoot me an email, ask me questions below the video here. Anything you want to do, I definitely will try and answer any questions you may have. I hope you like the video, and I will talk to you guys very soon.